Many people believe that Apple is too big to experience strong growth anymore. Too expensive, too mature, too boring. But this very mindset could be the biggest mistake of this decade. Because Apple doesn't need hype to reach $300. It has strong, fundamental arguments. Welcome to 10x Invest, your channel for honest, data-driven investment analysis. This isn't about hype here. I analyze altcoins and stocks, data-driven, using 20 key metrics. At the end, I give a rating as a percentage value from 0 to 100%, so you can immediately see how fundamentally strong the investment actually is. Additionally, at the end I calculate price scenarios up to 2030, from bearish to bullish. Not guessed, but ultimately calculated mathematically. So if you don't want to miss out on the best investments of the coming years, subscribe to my channel now and join me on this journey. Before we get started, one quick point that I've noticed. Many investors want to buy stocks without having multiple accounts, complicated interfaces, or high entry barriers. With Bitpanda, you can buy stocks, ETFs, and even cryptocurrencies starting from small amounts. Simple, digital, and clearly organized in one app. You always have an overview of your portfolio and can manage all asset classes centrally. You'll find the link to Bitpanda below in the pinned comment. But a quick disclaimer, my channel is not financial advice, it's purely for informational purposes. So what exactly is Apple? Apple is not a typical technology company. Apple doesn't just make individual products. Apple builds a closed system. What makes Apple special is that everything works together. The iPhone, the Mac, the Apple Watch, the software, the services, all of it is interconnected. The biggest problem Apple solves is complexity. Technology is complicated, confusing, and error-prone for many people. But Apple makes technology simple. You turn on a device and it just works. No setup, no worries, no stress. Of course, that builds trust, and Apple's innovation isn't just about a single feature. It's about control over everything: hardware, software, services. Ultimately, everything comes from a single source. That's why users stay in the system, because it's more convenient, because it's secure, because everything runs smoothly. And that is also Apple's biggest advantage. Apple doesn't just sell devices, Apple sells an experience, and it's exactly this principle that makes the company so strong in the long run. Before we get started, grab yourself a relaxing coffee, leave a like for me, and if you don't want to invest aimlessly, then 10x Elite is the next important step for you. I'm following my master plan and my goal is clear: financial freedom by 2030 and beyond. The investment master plan until 2030? A long-term strategy, moving away from luck and towards a proven system with a transparent portfolio, insights from me, market updates, altcoin and stock rankings, trading, and dollar cost averaging analyses. You'll find all the details below in the video description, right in the first links. Let's move on to the first metric: market capitalization. Apple is already one of the largest companies in the world. That's why many people think there's not much more room to grow here. But growth doesn't just mean getting bigger. Ultimately, it also means making better use of existing strengths. Apple grows through software, through subscriptions, and through new use cases. Not exclusively, but consistently. Here, a strong 8. Second, market position and competitive advantage. Apple doesn't just sell devices. Apple controls the entire experience from the first time you turn it on to daily use. This naturally creates trust and extremely strong customer loyalty. Many people never switch again. And all of this isn't by chance, it's strategy. Here, a strong 10. Then third, scalability and future markets. Apple can grow without having to sell more and more devices every year. The services can be rolled out worldwide and a single update reaches millions of users at once. That's real scalability. And this is exactly where Apple's future lies. A strong 9 here. Then fourth, demand and problem solving. People want simple technology. Reliable, secure, and intuitive. Apple delivers exactly that. Not cheap, but understandable, and that's exactly why users are happy to pay more. Here, a strong 9. So what is the long-term growth strategy? Apple communicates clearly. No chaos, no sudden changes. The focus is on quality. The focus is on continuous development, and this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. A strong 9. Next, strategy and vision. Apple knows where it wants to go. A unified system, more intelligence, more everyday usability, no experiments without a plan. That naturally builds trust even among investors. A strong 10. Next, what about management and leadership? Apple isn't driven by visions, but ultimately by execution. They have experienced management, clear processes, no ego shows. That's rare, especially among such large tech corporations. That's why it's a strong 10 here. Cash flow and balance sheet strength. Apple earns money consistently, not just once, not by chance, but in a repeatable way. That definitely gives them room for investments and buybacks. A strong 10. Ninth, how does it compare to its competitors? Compared to Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, Apple is actually different because it's less dependent on advertising and has more control over the user. By the way, if you're interested in these kinds of comparisons, check out my 10x playlist, the 10x universe. There I also analyze other stocks, but for example also altcoins and cryptocurrencies. Definitely a strong 9 in that area. Point 10, the debt. Apple uses debt deliberately, not out of weakness, but for efficiency. However, repayment is possible at any time. No risk, no pressure. A solid 8 here. 11, stock valuation. Apple isn't cheap, but as always, quality comes at a price. The valuation also reflects the stability. Not a bargain, but also not a bubble. A solid 7 here. 12th, liquidity. The stock can be traded at any time. High trading volumes, tight spreads, ideal for both large and small investors. A strong 10. 13, free float. Almost all shares are freely tradable. There are no hidden power structures here. That definitely ensures transparency. A strong 10. Point 14, brand strength. Apple is more than just a company. Apple is a brand, a recognition, and it has trust and prestige. That is priceless. A strong 10 here. 15, the business model. They have a clear structure. Hardware brings users in, the services keep them, they just stay. It's easy to understand and extremely effective. A strong 10. Point 16, insiders and share structure. There are no special rights, there are no tricks. All shares are equal. That is definitely fair. A strong 9. Then point 17, the shareholder structure. Strong institutions, broad diversification, no concentration risk. A strong 9. 18, community and communication. Apple regularly communicates with investors. Clearly structured and makes no empty promises. Here, a solid 8. Then 19th, sustainability and ESG. Apple thinks long-term. Environment, supply chains, responsibility. But now my question to you, are you an Apple shareholder yourself, or are you a fan of Apple? Write it in the comments so others can also. Feel free to write it in the comments. Here, a strong 9. Then point 20, catalysts and milestones. New products, new software, new use cases. Apple grows quietly but steadily. Hier a solid 9. Apple erreicht auf meiner 10x Rankingliste exakt 91,9%. And that's not a random value. That's the result of 20 clear metrics. Apple impresses with a strong business model, high customer loyalty, and ultimately a closed system that works in the long term. The brand is extremely strong, the management is experienced, and the strategy has been consistently clear for years. Apple isn't a quick bet here. Rather, Apple is ultimately a long-term investment for investors seeking stability and quality. But there are also risks, though they are manageable and stand against a strong foundation. Now it gets exciting. Now we're getting to the numbers, data, facts, and the price scenarios that of course interest you the most. Let's start with the bear scenario. Imagine that the world slips into a severe crisis this year. People buy less technology, companies cut back, uncertainty dominates. Apple remains strong, but growth is basically on hold for now. In this environment, the stock could fall significantly. Price ranges around $120 to $140. Let's move on to the normal scenario. This is the more realistic picture. The world is growing slowly. No euphoria, but also no shock. Apple continues to sell devices and services are growing steadily. Everything ultimately goes according to plan. No hype, but stability. In that case, price ranges of $260 to $280 would be possible. Let's move on to the optimistic scenario. Now things are getting more interesting. New features win over users and services become more important. Apple becomes even more integrated into everyday life. Investors realize that Apple is more than just hardware, and confidence then grows between $280 and $300. Now let's move on to the very optimistic scenario. The scenario that hardly anyone talks about. Apple once again hits the zeitgeist. Technology becomes invisible, but simple, intelligent, and powerful. Apple becomes the platform for digital everyday life. In that case, the valuation will definitely be reconsidered. 300 to 320 US dollars, but now Vision 2030. Let's take a look far ahead. By 2030, Apple could be more than just a technology company, a digital companion for work, health, and everyday life. If Apple takes on this role, then the stock could be valued in a completely new way. Not quickly, but sustainably. Then price ranges of 450 to 500 US dollars would be possible. But now let's move on to my chart analysis with my own indicator and take a look at how Apple is actually doing right now. Would I invest in Apple right now? Would I wait? All of that right now. Yes, hello and welcome to the stock analysis of Apple. I'm using my own indicator. Here I have TradingView, as I said, with my own indicator. It actually shows two things. In the end, a big green dot means, for example, that a lot of people have sold here. We're entering oversold areas. That means, okay, this could be an interesting entry point now. On the other hand, for example, if a lot of people are selling, we tend to enter red areas, and then it's shown here with a red dot. That means, okay, maybe a top has been reached now. Now you should definitely be careful. Then in the end, we also have small dots. A small red one means a bearish trend reversal, like here, a bearish trend reversal. We moved downward. Or here, green means a bullish trend reversal. For example, here, a bullish trend reversal and it went up again. This is purely data-based and always supports me in my analyses. So what does it look like for Apple right now? Yes, Apple already had an extreme increase here. In the long term, a massive correction is coming here. My indicator also showed, when the bottom was reached, a green dot. So this would have been a good entry point for investment. But what does it look like at the moment? We had a major sell-off here. My indicator showed a green dot, actually 2 in total, and we went back up. What does that mean right now? We've pushed up a little bit. That means we're not yet in overbought territory. So far, we also haven't seen a bearish or bullish trend reversal. So for now, that's a positive sign. If you're interested in when I invest in stocks or cryptocurrency, or how my approach actually works, or if you want to use the 10x indicator yourself for your data-driven strategy, you'll find all the information in the video description. Those are the broad first links. Before you go, I have an exciting stock analysis and crypto analysis for you here. You can choose both. Both are extremely exciting for 2026. Don't miss them. Both options are right here for you to explore. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.